One. What's up, everybody? The world is a better place because you are here to join us. My name is Matt Brown, and I'm the host of the Productive Conversations podcast. And it's Tuesday, November 19th, 2024. And we have another fun show to discuss all trending topics in this world we live in across sports, news, entertainment, and culture. Ryan, Dolo, and Jose are on the call for this one. My compadres, what's up?
How's it going?
Yo, what's going
What's
on,
up,
y'all?
guys?
Oh man, I am so excited. Jose with another all-star graphic. Good work there. Don't forget to send that to me when you get a chance. And it's going to be a great night and a great time for you listening right here, right now. And as always, don't forget to like and subscribe to the Productive Conversations podcast on all podcasting platforms and YouTube. And don't forget to check out exclusive content regarding the show across all social media platforms on Instagram at Productive Conversations Podcast, X and Twitter at ProdConvoPod, TikTok at Productive Conversations, and Facebook at Productive Conversations. And as always, don't forget to check out our presenting sponsor, Magic Mind. Magic Mind, your ultimate elixir to give you a better life. Take your green tea shot. See the insane benefits it will be to your entire life, thanks to its signature nootropics and vitamins. And with that, it will give you a better mental clarity, less inflammation, better attitude, and ultimately a better quality of life. Magic Mind. Go to magicmind.com/PCMB. Use discount code PCMB20 for 48% off your first subscription and 20% off your first one-time purchase. Magic Mind. Reclaim your brain. I've been waiting a few days to talk to you two about the Jake Paul and Mike Tyson fight. We had our discussion the week before. Huge support on that. Thank you. As much as 25,000 people watched across all our social media platforms or clip. Great work there. Great work, Dolo, for producing that video as well. And great job for everybody who had their take. Now that the fight is over, and a lot of things been viral. We could obviously the fight itself. We had Mike Tyson and Jake Paul go at it. It ended in them going the distance, and Jake Paul wins by a unanimous decision. And before we talk about the fight, we can also talk about the various things that have gone viral with that. We had Mike Tyson's ass being shown across the entire world.
Yeah.
There were 65 million people who tuned into the fight. No doubt a record. And that's one thing they saw. They saw Sydney Thomas become a viral star. She gets her own segment after this one. And we obviously talked about not only the great fights before it, Amanda Serrano versus please fill in the blank.
Taylor?
Yes.
Katie Taylor, right?
Katie Taylor, yeah.
Katie Taylor, who won the fight, despite Amanda having more punches, more blows, and more connected punches, overall better score than the judges picked her. Dolo and Jose, you can do a little more explanation on why that happened. And then also, what else am I missing? We had the ass, we had the actual incredible main event. Well, it wasn't a main event. It was the match before the main event, Sydney Thomas.
Penultimate match, yeah.
Yeah, the penultimate match. Am I missing anything else that went viral?
Logan Paul telling Mike Tyson that he would kill him in the ring.
Yeah, as being disrespectful. Yeah. That wasn't cool. But yeah, ultimately, crazy night. Lots to talk about there. But ultimately, we saw the fight. We saw Tyson and Jake Paul go at it. Jake Paul is the victor. And let's present it right now. Dolo, Ryan, and Jose, you guys tell me what you thought of this fight. Once and for all. The highest streamed fight of all time. Tell me right now, what did you guys think of Paul versus Tyson?
I think.
Oh, but
Well, no, I was actually gonna say I was gonna give the floor to Jose because I think he has the right to start this off. He was getting a lot of heat in the comments.
He was.
We did a good job on that clip, but
I agreed with Jose in the episode, but that's fine.
you did.
Wasn't
No, you
that
did.
not
You did.
right?
I think
You were
Jose
right.
kind of stood on it. You both stood on
I
it.
told the
but-
motherfuckers that Mike Tyson, them nut huggers, fucking dumb fucks. I told them this nigga got the first 3 rounds. And what happened? If you look at the scorecard, Mike Tyson had the
Won
first 2
2.
rounds.
Yep.
And then guess what? He dipped at the third, and all he's good for was bite his fucking thumb. His fucking glove. That was all he was fucking good for. So all y'all nut huggers that was all up on his fucking nuts, you might as well kiss that motherfucker's ass because y'all wasted y'all fucking day. Y'all bunch of losers. Y'all picked the wrong motherfuckers. And I will just tell you, I told you so, dumb fucks. All right, how you guys?
I want to say that I don't know who moved slower in that main event. The Netflix buffering circle or Mike Tyson?
And that's the other major thing I
Uh,
was thinking.
Yeah.
Netflix had major streaming problems throughout the night. Despite
Yeah.
all the money we pay them, they still couldn't
Yes.
get that right.
So, yeah, I mean, I've seen already making the rounds people taking 30-second clips of Tyson looking good, being like, oh, they threw the fight. Oh, he threw the fight. No, like Jose said, and like frankly I said, of course he's looking good for 30 seconds at a time. That's, yeah, good. But after the second round, he couldn't move anymore. He just stood there. Literally, he just stood there. And I don't even think Jake Paul knew what to do because Jake Paul didn't want to get knocked out. So he was trying to like stay away. But also, Mike Tyson wasn't coming after him because Mike Tyson couldn't move. Like, you look at his back leg, it looked like it wouldn't move at all. He had to get like pushed to start moving. He
was stuck in the mud.
He was stiff.
Yeah.
Like that whole fight, he was stiff as hell. You can look at his legs. Like he was done. Like the minute he fucking went through the ropes.
If any part of that fight was fixed, it's the part where, I hate to say this, it's the part where Tyson was able to stay on his feet for all of the rounds. And I don't even mean because of knockout. I mean, I thought he was going to trip. I thought he was going to like just trip and fall down. He looked like he was so uncomfortable on his legs. I was like, he's just going to fall by accident even. And
Man,
so
thank God he didn't go to the ground.
Right, and he didn't, and that's good. I mean, not good for Jake Paul because, again, he basically went the distance with a dude who was completely immobile for, I mean, what is it? I don't even know. Like 8 rounds of someone who didn't move, and Jake Paul couldn't knock him out. That's not a good look if you're trying to, fashion yourself as a new age knockout artist. By the way, Jake. But yeah, I was. The biggest highlight was and I say highlight only because it stood out, was quite literally his ass. That's the big takeaway from Mike Tyson.
And that's also a Netflix fuck up because the director in the truck did not cut when he was supposed to. Because it's normal no, seriously, it's normal to interview athletes in the locker room with no clothes on. Yeah. And they just didn't cut in time. And well, now we have that.
Yeah, and again, it worked out nicely because it's the only thing people will remember fondly from the Mike Tyson's return to the ring.
Yo, I saw someone on TikTok say that was a humiliation ritual. I was crying.
Oh no!
Humiliation for who? Tyson?
Yeah.
What does he need to be humiliated
for 40 years? Been in the spotlight.
Yeah, exactly. Right. They just now got around at 60 years old to do the humiliation. He got to do.
You want this 20 million, Tyson?
Yo, man, gotta go out there. Dolo, before we continue to talk this, we definitely want to hear your take on this, especially for somebody very well versed in the sport.
Yo, I'm gonna be real. I feel like an old head. Because I know I went the old head route. I know I was on some, like, this is my bias. This is Tyson. Shut up. Leave me alone. Like, yo, this was supposed to. I'm gonna be real, man. In my head, it played out like Goku versus Frieza. When Goku had the spirit bomb and was going, Earthlings, I need your help. We need to destroy Frieza. I'm thinking like everyone that believed in Tyson was just gonna give him some earth energy to like drop this fucking spirit bomb. Excuse my language on Jake Paul. And it ended up being more like Hulk versus Thanos in the beginning of Infinity War. Jake was pulling his punches. Yeah. I'm gonna be honest. Jake was pulling his punches after like the 3rd round.
Yep.
There was openings for him to land hard, and he didn't take it. I'm gonna be real. I feel like Ryan gave Tyson a little more credit than I would have. I didn't think Jake was afraid of getting knocked out by Tyson at that point. I think he was afraid of looking bad, or even
beating
worse,
up an old man.
Yeah, no, seriously.
That's what it felt like. It's just bad, man.
I
Yeah.
was just gonna say, how silly was the weigh-in now? Which again, you can argue about the stage aspect, where this guy's like, "Oh, it's personal. I'm gonna kill this dude," and then you see him, you see him after the fight kissing his ass. You see him kissing on Twitter. He's the best. Blah blah blah.
Mhm.
Like, come on. You played the entire country. You played the entire world. At least act. I mean, people like to come at wrestling sometimes about the show aspect of it. They did. They literally took it out of the pool, out of the book. At least pretend it was a little, just like what I don't know. I'm speechless.
But
Like I
that's
was speechless.
You couldn't do that though, Matt. In fairness, because it was so thoroughly,
Yeah,
Jake Paul so thoroughly won that there was no world in which either one of them could be mad. Like, imagine if this was a real fight. Like, they were mad at each other, so they started swinging on each other.
right.
Right? If this fight happened, and like two people fought, Jake Paul won so thoroughly, in my view anyway, that even if Tyson was right to be mad, he'd have to apologize. Like, you know what I mean? If this was a fight in like between two people at a bar, Tyson would have had to apologize regardless of what was done before because Tyson lost that badly. And so like I think that that's part of the reason, but also like they had I mean, it was clear that the folks were both the fans and like the commentary and announcers and like the
That
pundits,
is,
they were all Tyson the whole way. They
yeah,
didn't
and you can see
like
in our
Paul.
comments. You can see on our comments.
Yeah, exactly. But one of the things that I think Morrow brought up and a couple people brought up is like Jake
Morrow, I
Paul
love
has
Morrow.
brought like a bit of an entertainment thing to this, right?
Oh yeah.
Jake Paul has brought the sideshow to boxing, and honestly, I think it's I mean, everything now is entertainment. Just think about the world. What thing do we do that isn't about getting people to watch? Everything we do. Teaching is about entertainment. Governing is about entertainment. Sports is all entertainment. Business is all about entertaining people. Like, everything is about getting people to watch. And Jake Paul brought that to boxing. And I think that we have to be real about that. That yes, it is a sideshow. Yes, as soon as the fight's done, they drop the act. But we have to know that it's an act. You have to get rid of your you have to have your suspension of disbelief turned all the way on. At the press conference, they're gonna kill each other. And then afterward, of course, they're friends because it's a sideshow. This is entertainment. They're just punching each other for entertainment. I think that's a big switch. It's got to, and not everyone's gonna like it, but I do think it's got to be the way that boxing goes in the future, whether Jake Paul's involved or not.
No, yeah, I kind of agree with you. Like the production value that he puts behind the promotion and the ring entrance and everything. It's something that, and it's a playbook out of I guess you could say the pro wrestling book.
Yeah,
And that's something boxing needs to do. Like I know, I don't know if you guys remember, I'm pretty sure Jose remembers like Prince Nassim and how he used to come out like dancing, like doing the shoulder. He actually came out with Diddy one time,
Oh,
which is
nice.
funny. Floyd Mayweather Jr., one
yeah,
time he had a throne and he had like six brolic dudes like carry him to the
I
ring.
remember that
Yeah, you
actually.
remember? Yeah,
I do remember that.
that was a classic one. Like Bernard Hopkins used to have they used to call him the executioner. He used to have the executioner mask over
Oh,
him and he
Mm.
that's
looked like a
cold.
killer.
yeah,
Yeah,
but people need
yeah.
to watch out because remember Waller when he had that and he had Tyson Fury, he blamed his costume was the reason why he got his ass whooped.
Yeah, that was pretty funny. That was hilarious.
Yeah,
Yeah,
but so obviously don't wear a costume into the actual match that's going to inhibit you.
Well, he was
But
like, I carried it was the costume he walked his entrance costume was 40 pounds and he bitched that he walked down the ramp and that's what tired him out.
okay, well, nobody made him. That's a skill issue. Why'd you carry 40 pounds if you weren't able to do that?
yo,
Like, if you can't do that, don't do that.
I'm so glad y'all mentioned this because there is a video on the Productive Conversations podcast page that is called The Worst American Heavyweight Champ Ever.
Yeah,
And it is made by your boy talking
that's
about
right.
Deontay Wilder. I'd recommend y'all check it out. You'll get some good knowledge, some good info on, you know, what I think about him at least. But yeah, like that production value and that you're putting on a show too. That's kind of like what pro fighting is, combat sports is.
Mhm.
You're freelance workers. You got to
remember?
make this look as big as possible. I do commend Jake Paul for that.
Yeah, not too big because if you remember Jake Paul's earlier, like first started doing this, you had like 8 hour fucking concerts. Like,
Yeah, you don't want that.
like
Not too
you
much. Yeah, not
you
too
had
much.
one fight and then there's Maya coming giving us a whole fucking set before the so
Maya.
you're waiting
Maya
to
out of old people. Oh, I
yeah,
love Maya.
Maya or whatever. Next person is like half the 3-6 Mafia group coming in.
3-6 Mafia.
But
Jeez.
just half, just half.
Just half. You don't even get the third. You get two
You
out
don't
of the
even get
three.
Juicy J.
Yeah, just two of them before the main event. Before you know it, it's like I just want to turn this shit off. I paid
DJ
$90 for
Paul
this.
is a dog. You do not trust. It's funny. Nah, you're right. Yeah, you can't overdo it. You can't overdo it. But I want to speak on spirituality real quick. So Mike Tyson at the end, he claimed that this was like something he did for himself. I'm pretty sure he did it for his bank account as well. That might have
There's
been.
20.
I
He has
feel like
20
that was
million
like the.
reasons.
Yeah, I feel like that was the biggest reason that he
Hey,
took.
happy accident, maybe. We don't know.
Yeah, right. Just landed on him. But uh with Tyson, he said something that made me reminisce of like my early days when I used to box like from like middle of like seventh grade to like the beginning of college, before I dropped out. But there was I used to train in the police athletic league gym in
Mhm.
Bridgeport. Funny thing is, you would never see police when you went there, but
Yeah, it's
it was
not.
just
Yeah.
all boxers and like people that were trying to kill each other in the ring. Um, that's something I like to say. In Bridgeport, they spar way too hard. They do too much out there. But either way, it's it was the environment that I was at, and I remember the coach that I was under. He was talking to the coach from the Bridgeport PAL gym, and they were talking about God. They were talking about boxing. They and mind you, these are two old heads. They're like, boxing is about God. That's really what it is. Like boxing is about it's about finding God, and I'd listen to it. I'd hit the heavy bag and think like, the hell are they talking about? Like I would think it was so dumb. I just couldn't get along with the message. But then hearing Tyson speak how he spoke, it reminded me of that. And maybe there was something that I wasn't clicking in my head as a young man, and even up until now, I heard him say that and I realized, dang, this was something spiritual for him. I do believe that. I do believe that he wanted to prove something to himself. Um, and he just so happened to have people that like me that believe that he could do it. Um, yeah, I think there's a big thing about boxing and just combat sports in general. Like for example, Alex Pereira, he was an alcoholic for a long time, and uh, I think I believe the story is he saw his rival in kickboxing, Israel Adesanya, while he was drunk at a bar, and he was like, "Dang, I beat this guy twice in kickboxing." And now he's a champion in UFC. I think that lit a fire under him to like get back into the mix and then become who he is now. Uh, yeah, I would say, yeah, there's a big aspect of that if you believe in that. And I do. And I'm glad that Tyson was able to find his way and, have a happy ending in his own way. And $20 million, that helps a lot.
Have you have
That's
you met
real.
Pereira yet?
No, bro. I know he trains in Danbury though.
He
That's
lives in
nuts.
Danbury.
Yeah, doesn't he have like a big house over there or something?
Yeah, you see him all the time in Danbury.
Go to the Danbury
Damn, you
Mall.
you you done seen them all, huh,
Very
Jose?
mall.
No, well, I went to his gym, and Glover's gym is there. That's where he trains at.
Oh yeah, Glover has a gym out there. Yup. Oh, that's
Yes, I
cool.
went
How
there.
was it?
I went. It's big and it's expensive to get in there.
Oh damn. I mean, that's
So
It's
world class work. Yeah, I pay for it. That's world class work.
oh yeah, definitely.
That's cool though.
just a last couple of things there, just to talk about like the some of the pop culture things. So we obviously know Mara. He's a big deal commentator, and then they bring in Rosie
Was
Perez. You said was.
Oh
Um,
god.
they brought Rosie Perez, who I love, by the way. I had a crush on her when I was a kid. Um, No, because I would see the old movie she was in. I wasn't a kid in her
Do the
prime.
right thing.
Do the right. I mean, the opening scene of Do the Right Thing.
Mm-hmm.
That's a historic right there. But like White Man Can't Jump's another one, stuff like
Yep.
that.
Mm-hmm.
That's
But
the yeah.
like,
That's the one.
is she like? Does she call boxing matches, or is it what? Or
Yeah,
they
she's
just
a
pick
big
her?
boxing fan.
Like
She's a big boxing fan.
She's a big boxing fan, but she never. I think this was one of her
this was her debut.
Oh no,
like.
yeah, you're right, Jose. Yeah, I got the question wrong. Yeah, she never called a fight before.
She never. They just pick anybody.
Is
Well,
she?
it can't
Yeah,
be
I
as
was
bad.
like,
Who they had Jake Paul had who he had? He had someone else. Like, he always had on his like boxing matches. He had some fucking celebrity, some has been B celebrity come in and commentate.
I kind of liked it.
you liked Rosie Perez and Roy
I
Jones
did.
Jr.
I don't know that. I think when listening to Rosie Perez talk about it, I got the distinct like notion that she knew about as much as I do about what was happening. Not that she doesn't love boxing. I mean, we're both watching the match, so we both like it enough, but I don't believe that she has any technical skill in the field. And it came across in the way she talked about everything, which I personally, I connected with Rosie in that way, and that if I was doing that job, it would sound awfully similar to just the random tangents that she went on because I, like her, don't really know anything about the finer intricacies of boxing. So I appreciated having a normal person on the panel. Because again, Morrow knows everything about combat sports. He's like an encyclopedia, and the other guy was a
Jose
boxer.
doesn't like him.
Well, that's fine. You don't have to like him.
That's
You have to
cool.
be an encyclopedia.
Mara, you said he was a former great commentator.
He is a former. He is. What the fuck has he done?
Boxing, I think.
NXT. He was a former NXT voice. Then JBL
I
bullied
mean,
him out.
okay. That was like what 3 years.
That was a
4
long
years
time ago. It's
I know,
Morrow
but
hasn't done it
I've
in a
seen him
while,
call
but-
other boxing matches in
Yeah, he
UFC
does
too.
boxing.
In
He for
UFC.
sure does boxing, but
He doesn't do
UFC.
UFC. He doesn't do UFC.
Oh, I've seen that. I
Bellator
might. I
then?
saw.
'Cause you've seen
Then it might have been
MMA.
Bellator. I've seen. I've seen
You talking about Pride? He has done old Pride. He
Yeah.
was
maybe.
that's where he came out was in Pride, and then he went to and from Pride he did Showtime Boxing, and then from Showtime Boxing went to NXT. For one NXT left a little bit to go back to boxing,
Yeah.
and now he's with Scott Demora's Wrestling Federation now because Showtime Boxing's gone now.
Wait a second.
He's just a great commentator. I'm a fan of him.
He's on the. So obviously he's not on Impact. Then he's on the one that Scott's
No,
starting
he's
by
on
himself.
the Maple Leaf, pro wrestling, whatever. It's called.
Really?
He's
Maple
the
Leaf.
commentator for Maple Leaf Wrestling now.
I didn't know that. I mean, I know he's Canadian, so I guess that makes sense. But I didn't know that he went with Scott after Scott left TNA.
That was
or Impact or whatever.
that was his first big
Break.
story pickup was Morrow.
Gotcha. Okay. I didn't. I mean, honestly, when he left Impact, I stopped following what he was doing. So I didn't know that he. I knew he was doing that. I knew he was looking to make a new promotion. I didn't know that he'd actually done it and signed Morrow. So
he fucked up. He fucked up because when he got out of NXT, he thought boxing was still there. But by the time he got out of NXT, HBO got out of the boxing game, and Showtime has still had Floyd Mayweather, and now they got out the boxing game because of the Zone, and that was it. So he went back to wrestling. That's when he went to Impact, and now he's in Maple Leaf.
Well, what's it called? He'll do he'll just be Jake Paul's personal.
Yeah, Jake Paul
probably.
every 6 months.
Yeah, every 6 months to get a big payday to call Jake Paul's cards, probably.
Can we talk about how Netflix is buffering issues? I'm just really, I'm just surprised.
Were you really surprised? They had the same bullshit.
In the sense that Netflix charges almost $20 a month, has this big influence, and they definitely would have the money to not do what Meth Streams does.
You need to stop, Matt. They had the Chris Rock issue. That bullshit happened.
Well, I didn't see that. I didn't see that.
I didn't know that.
I only saw the live Tony the Tom Brady roast.
And then watch that too.
then they had the Love It. Then they tried it again with Love Is
Love
Blind
is
reunion
Blind.
special,
Yep.
and you had to wait till 12 midnight, and then you find out it was pre-recorded because they couldn't
You
fix the
couldn't get
shit
it
in
live.
time.
Yeah, I remember
Oh,
that.
Right.
wow.
So I didn't know these things. I've only watched
This
one.
is
Nah, I didn't either.
notorious. This is notorious shit. And then now they're saying today, because now WWE is going into Netflix about if
January,
this is
yeah.
going to be a fucking issue. And
Mhm.
Netflix is saying, nah, it's not going to be a problem. They're not going to have 65 million people watch WWE.
I mean,
So it should be, if they did, that's a good problem to have. So basically, they're telling us we're going to still have this buffer issue. So go fuck yourself and just enjoy
And
the
you'll still
time
pay us
waiting.
anyways.
Yes, that's basically it.
They have
They
an
can run
NFL
delay,
game on
though.
Christmas. They have
Huh?
They have NFL on Christmas too.
Oh yeah.
they can run like a 5-minute delay. That would probably cut down some of the buffering issues.
And
Right.
can I just play this one clip about the rig stuff? Because about this fight being a fix, being
Oh
rigged
yeah,
and
got
all
to.
this.
Everybody thinks that because no one believes anything anymore. Everyone just assumes nothing is real.
Yeah, they don't want to believe it.
Everything just, but no, it's not even just this. Everything's fake now.
So can we look at?
Fucking motherfuckers think a 60-year-old man can really fucking beat fucking a 30-year-old guy. You guys are fucking drugs.
It says I'm.
Gee.
I mean, when you put it that way, you really should have bet your life savings on the -210 odds, which you still could have gotten a good payday if you put a lot in.
Oh yeah.
So there you go. It's hilarious. But hear this from I am Zenziali. Right here, as Mike said, quote, whoops, I gotta stop or I won't get paid.
That's not how boxing works.
Boom! Legitimately hits him. Oh, see, it was fake. And did you see all those hardcore training videos and all that they did the behind the scenes series only to just stand there? And then after he realized, oh, I can't really fight him.
No,
Now, you got to give credit to Jose because he said don't believe the hype, don't look at the training videos and think that's what you're gonna see.
He said that 100%. And also, just for anyone who doesn't know, the boxer the money doesn't come based on the outcome. When they have guaranteed money, it's guaranteed money. Both of them are going to get paid. So knocking him out in 30 seconds was not going to change his payday. It's 20 million is 20 million is 20 million. So glad I can explain how the world works to a group of people who will refuse to listen. But yeah, no, there's no reason for it to have been rigged other than, making content on YouTube. So go at it, have fun. But for the rest of us, there's no reason for it to be rigged.
Hear that? Hear that? So, also, last but not least, as we transfer into another segment, the other big star who became a literal overnight sensation, Sydney Thomas, who was a ring girl at this match. But for all those who don't know who she is, let's see. This is Sydney Thomas.
Smoke show. God damn.
Look at it says here. Sydney Thomas, who was working as a ring girl at the Jake Paul versus Mike Tyson event, saw her Instagram following skyrocketed by 300,000, effectively doubling her audience in just a short time surrounding the fight. Then we have, her making these videos with,
That's the one I saw. Yeah, I saw that one.
I mean, look at this is a perfect looking woman. I'm sorry. Then she can make more of these TikToks.
Not doing a ton of these videos.
She knows how to angle them cameras, though. God damn.
So can this Zoom thing move on? It's right on top. And then we have she could just keep making viral moments like this right here. I am the media. I am the content. I am the reporter delivering the goods. She must be viral number one. And she could just do stuff like this, Sydney Thomas.
We could go ban for ban. Fuck that. We can go M for M. Quarter mil for the Maybach truck. Double R with the
She didn't even lip sync very well.
But she's just a gorgeous, hot piece of ass, as an Italian.
I'm glad I said yes before you did that. But no, but yeah, obviously she's very attractive. I wasn't taking that away from her. I'm trying to figure out the angle. Where's the talent? But whatever. Factually, it looks like talent's going to have to remain her physical appearance.
Yeah, I think you're getting what you see right there.
Yeah. That's the vibe I'm getting as well. Could be wrong. Maybe she's an accomplished, like concert pianist. Maybe she's a philosopher. And if so,
Concert pianist, probably.
right.
Nobody
So
cares.
if so, well, I care, Jose. I care. Sydney, if you're listening, you should, drop us a comment and let us know what are the things that you like to do. What are some of your hobbies? What are some of your passions? We can even have you on the show and talk about it. So there you go.
Well, yes.
Yeah, open invite. Come on,
Open
Sydney.
invite.
Let's talk.
What a year for people named Sydney for girls. Because you could be a guy
Yeah,
named
there's
Sydney too.
two of them.
Yeah, Sydney Sweeney was at the UFC event.
Is there any more Sydneys? I don't think so. I think there's just the two. But,
So yeah, I'm
Good
just looking at her. She's part of Fashion Nova, and that's all. So she's just a model and living and winning.
Now
That's
listen, with girls that look like that, a Fashion Nova deal, that's like an easy layup right there. That's
Easy
like
layup.
that's a guarantee right there. That's easy money. I can't hate them for that. I mean, I don't hate them. I'm not saying I hate them, but like you got to commend that. That's easy money. I don't blame them.
I'm rooting for concert pianist. So
Yo,
sure
this
we
is her
will-
chance to leapfrog Tuah. She could leapfrog her right now. Come out with
I
a
got a
podcast
story
and
about
impress
her
us.
yeah, Hawk
for a
2
little
is.
later.
I don't want to say. I don't know that a reality star can jump the shark, but if so, she has.
Wait,
I'm sure we'll
save
talk
those
about it.
thoughts. I guess I might as well transition.
Let's just do it now. Let's just do it now. She's been evoked. It's like Beetlejuice. You say it 3 times, she appears.
All right, let me
Oh,
just
shoot.
quickly fix this in the logging of the show real quick. But yeah, Hawk Tour Girl still doing what she can regarding the world she lives in, where she now has a podcast and making all these endorsement deals and just printing money. But she actually went on a podcast recently that just went viral. And guess what? Before why I look for this, what do you think she did this time to go viral if you haven't saw already?
Well, I think we're talking about something different then, because I was going to talk about her new business venture. So I don't know the answer to this question. We'll
Wait,
talk about what I'm going to talk about too, but I don't know what she said on this podcast. I don't think if it wasn't about the new business venture, was it?
Why don't you? Well, no, I think we're talking about two different things as well.
All right, yeah. Then you do your reveal, then I'll do mine.
Wait,
Okay.
didn't she say something about having like a boyfriend or something?
Yeah,
well,
she
yeah,
said something like
she's-
Pookie,
Yeah,
which
Pookie,
I
yeah.
saw
yeah.
wasn't that popular.
Okay.
I'm sorry.
The only thing I know about her is she did a commercial for some business adventure with some dude. I can't even think of the guy's name right now.
Probably.
Yeah, you wonder.
I never heard of that.
But just 1 second, really quick. All right, we're back. So regarding Hawk Tour Girl, right? So Hawk Tour Girl was recently on what is called, 1 second, the Bobby Bone Show, a podcast out of Nashville. You ever heard of the Bobby Bone Show?
No, doesn't sound appropriate either. But
No, it's not what you think. It's a legitimate music podcast, but I know what you mean. But anyways, so she was asked about the person who made her famous, right? So let's see what she said.
So it's 2 dudes who interviewed her.
So this is what she said on the Bobby Bone show about the guy who made her famous.
Have you talked to that dude? Have
That's
you
a
said
good
thank
question.
you?
Tell him thank you for what?
Making you famous?
Well, see, we reached out to him and I asked him to stop posting those videos, and he never did. He blocked us all and everything. So I'm not telling him thank you for anything.
Oh, really? So you reached out to go, hey, would you chill on that? And he blocked you?
Because, I mean, he'd post one, I'd be like, oh, that's it. Here would come another one. A few days later, I was like, man, maybe that's it. Here would come another one. Then just so on.
So in the beginning, you just wanted it to all go away and make it stop, and you just continue life at home and at the Spring Factory. And then now, since he wouldn't stop,
Here
you're
I
just
am.
like, okay, what does this make possible for me?
Yep.
Interesting.
She is not ever going to have my respect with that. I'm sorry. Thank you for what? You have generational wealth for the rest of your life.
No,
Despite all that-
she's young, but
Well, she has a lot of fucking money, and she
Yes.
is in a lot of better place financially than 90% of this world. And the fact that you say thank you for what, how disrespectful you can be, that's coming back to haunt you. I somewhat
Oh wow.
understand.
But hold
Like,
on. In
come on, you need
fairness,
to be humble with something like that.
Oh
If you could
wow.
have that,
but in
if you
fairness,
get, come on, you can at least say thank you to the guy. Thank you
Ooh.
after
But
after that.
in
Oh.
And she doesn't
fairness,
care about the legitimate adult themes that made her famous and all the low-hanging fruit jokes you can say there. But for a lot of people struggling right now, like, show some respect. I'm sorry.
I
That you're,
just
oh damn, Ryan. Me and you agree on something. God damn.
Oh, so
All
it's
right.
okay. So if
Jose,
somebody
go.
helps you, you know what? Fuck you. And I'm gonna take your money too. I drink your milkshake.
Can I ask you a question? Can I ask you a question? Did homeboy make money off her?
No, he
Yes.
didn't make a dime.
That's not true.
Bullshit.
How
You
much
know that's
money?
fact.
He's a monetized
Bullshit.
channel, so whatever he makes
Right.
per episode.
So he making
So
profit. And
she doesn't make every single time that show he gets a portion of it.
Well,
Even for the
obviously-
people like
obviously
us
that's
who
Monetized
don't pay
channel.
for clips, knock on wood,
But hold on.
who we profit off of other clips that we don't pay for.
He monetized his channel, so and she was on his channel.
So
I
you
mean,
tell
listen, I
monetize
don't-
his channel. What?
Yeah, he's a monetized channel. That was content
And
on
you
his
saw
channel.
how many times that clip has been taken for shows just like us, and
Yeah.
like that. We're not paying for it,
No, but I'm saying
so
people
it's okay.
did.
The girl could at least say thank you to the guy. You
The
literally
dude wouldn't
changed
take
my
it
life.
down.
What do you mean take it down? Yeah, but you still.
She asked, and he said
How do
no.
I explain this? How do I explain this?
She didn't even answer.
Wait,
So
He
hold
blocked
on.
her. That's an answer.
Well,
Okay,
that's an
Blocking
answer,
someone's
but
an answer.
He didn't even give
I'll
it
tell you one thing.
consideration
Okay. This is after the viral part of it. In like the first 1 or 2 days, and then all of a sudden on day 3, she's a mega sensation with lots of money. That's when you start the thanking. Like, okay, fine. The first time you don't take it off and stuff, whatever. But now that she can literally just go and shoo on the streets, at least say thanks to the guy who did this.
The guy who did this refused to, when she asked nicely for him not to keep posting it, he refused to listen and kept posting it. I'm not
Well,
thanking someone
what's
who's
wrong
looked
with that?
me in my eyes and said, "No, I'm not doing what you asked." Like, fine, I agreed to be on camera, and I don't want you sharing this, but you film me. It's your show, and you're gonna do what you gotta do. We're that way on this show. When people come on this show and talk, we're posting it, and we try and be respectful when people say, actually, I don't want that, or I don't want this. But sometimes we can't change it. We're like, listen, you agreed to be on the show. You knew you were being filmed. This is just how it goes, right? But if one of those people went ultra viral on our show, but had previously for however many days said, can you please not show that clip? And then that clip made them famous. I'm not all of a sudden now entitled to a thank you for ignoring them when they asked me not to play the clip. She said, please don't play the clip. He said, or he blocked her. So he didn't say anything, but he blocked her. So that's clearly his way of saying, I'm not listening to you. I'm playing the clip. So he did, which is his right to do. Clip went viral. She got famous. What is there to thank? She didn't even want this. Like, it sounds like she didn't even ask for this. She
won't say that now.
No, I mean, nor would I. If I was like, I don't want this, and then I made $1 gazillion, I would absolutely be like, yeah, I was silly for not wanting this. I definitely love having $1 gazillion. I think she's fine. Don't apologize to someone who ignored you. That's crazy. I'm not apologizing when I tried to talk to you and you refused. I'm not. Like, it's one thing if we talked and now you feel like I've kind of like switched up on you and I'm not respecting you, even though to your face I did. That's different. But if he really blocked her and said nothing, then she owes him nothing and he owes her nothing. Whatever happens, happens. I truthfully believe that. I think you just don't like the fact that she made a sex joke and is a gazillionaire. Which, in fairness, I don't like it either.
It's more about just the fact that, yeah, show some little humility, even at first. Maybe it didn't look the right way. Like, it's like, you might not agree with this. It's like when your parents tell you not to do something and you find out it was the right thing to do. At first, I wanted to do this thing that mom and dad told me not to do, but they wound up being right. So I thank them for having my
Yeah,
best
but-
interest.
But this guy did not have her best interest. That's
And I'll
see,
tell you,
that's where
also
I
add to
disagree.
this, you have to hear his side of the story too.
Yeah,
he
if we
didn't
have that, I
violate-
would love to
we're
hear
only
it.
We don't
hearing
have
his
that,
side.
so
Oh, we don't have that. Okay.
we don't have that. So
No, I would
think
love to hear
we
that.
will have our discuss. We'll continue to table this conversation until if this guy ever responds. But
Yo,
one thing
let's
we
get
do
him
know
on the show.
for somebody, that's the one thing I don't know where the original clip is. We'd have to look deep. If we can find it, yeah, I'll send him a DM.
Open
But
invite.
Wait, I mean,
we have to
you don't
be
know
very-
who did the original clip?
Who is the original clip? What's his name?
Oh, there's like a whole New York Times article about him.
Send
I
that.
don't know his
Send that
name.
to me, and I'll do some homework this weekend and see if I can get the channel itself. But
Yeah.
anyways,
He comes on the platform. He lets his side be known. We could rock from there.
exactly. But all I'm saying is, so a little humility. Even at first, you didn't like it because this guy literally made you overnight sensation.
Yeah,
But
it
he
seems
made
like she
money
just has
off her.
no
I'm confused.
appreciation.
I'm so
with
confused.
Jose.
He made money off her.
I'm with
Fuck
Jose.
How much money did he make?
Doesn't
This-
matter.
this-
Doesn't have to be
Listen,
equal.
Listen,
What do you mean?
Doesn't have to be equal.
I need to read this article to
I
hear
don't-
to help my argument.
Here's my problem. I give two shits how much he made. He made a profit. At the end of the day, if it was no money involved, he could have answered it and been like, all right, no problem. I ain't making no money off it. It's not helping me out. But let's be honest, it grew his channel. He probably made views off it. So it
What channel
promoted him.
did?
I mean, did it
We
grow
don't
his
know
channel?
that
We
though,
don't know
because
his
nobody
name.
can say the guy's
I don't-
name.
We don't know his
You
name.
can't refer to his
no.
name.
Relax,
No,
relax. I
you
got it right
guys-
now because he
You
does.
guys don't know
What's
her
his
name.
name?
pull
What's
it
his
up,
channel?
pull it up.
Yeah, pull it up.
I have to
Pull it up.
pulling it up. Pulling
See,
it up.
if this
pulling
guy
it
was
up.
so successful as you guys say he is, then we would easily
That's
we could
a great
easily
point.
reference it. We could easily reference him right now, but you can't.
No, because you guys are wrong. Because at the end of the day, she blew herself. She took that stupid ass Tuah bullshit and blew herself up. Period.
She
did
wouldn't
that.
be able to
Nah, I think the
without the
internet kinda
camera
blew
he
her
How
up.
many?
used
How many?
and
Can
mic.
I ask you, let me ask you a question. How many fucking videos are out there? Girls saying dumb shit all the time, and nothing happens. But it's so lucky it hit on her.
I mean,
and she
enthusiastically,
took-
not that
and
many.
We had the girl who said I want to fart on it.
She took
that was that.
Ryan, what's the
girl-
guy's name?
I'm trying.
right.
It keeps making me
See, you
want to
can't
pay.
see. If he was so successful and famous, you would have given it me a couple minutes ago.
I'm not paying for the New
Dude.
York fucking Times to give
But
you
you
a
can
YouTube
still
channel.
Google.
There you go, Ryan.
Google.
Matt, you
have to
had a good
Google.
There you go, Ryan.
You have
Nah,
to
but-
Google
There you go, Ryan.
guy who made. Already, you're losing the argument. Guy who made. You should know if his name's like
Nah, yeah.
Joe
Well,
or
obviously,
Funky
yo,
Fresh
obviously-
or
obviously-
da da da
obviously-
da.
Can I ask you a question? Why would
Absolutely
if
insane.
homegirl
Tim
if homegirl
Dickerson-
messenger-
Stop it.
Tim
Tim
Dickerson.
Dickerson, and there's another one.
What's Tim-
Arias Marlowe.
Tim Dickerson. 176 followers. We have more than that on our page.
Arias
That is
Marlowe
literally the top thing for Tim
and
Dickerson.
Tim Dickerson. Let's see here.
Could be
The
the
man,
contact
here, it's Rolling
creator.
Stone. In a recent interview, Tim Dickerson.
Give me the
Arias
goddamn
Marlowe.
ad. I don't care.
What are you
Oh.
talking about, man?
You got to give me the account, is what I'm saying.
But the account, I'm trying to find the account. I have to look
See,
at the people who
if he
talked
was so
about him.
successful, they would have the reference, the at.
Oh, he's
At
shadow
Fraud Combo
banned.
Pod.
Yo,
At
Hawk got
Productive
him shadow
Conversations.
banned.
At Hawk Tuah. Maybe he did. Anyways,
Tim
this is going
and
on too
D
long.
TV.
Thank you, Tim and D.
55.1K subscribers on 256 videos. They're on the road to 100,000 subscribers.
Well,
I don't know
Tim
who the hell
and
he
Shout out
is.
them guys.
TV. Oh, now we switched it up. What's the at? Here's the at. Well, I don't know who he is. I know you don't know who he is. That's why you kept asking me what the at was. That doesn't change the reality of the 55.1 thousand people
Thank
who
you,
subscribe
Ryan.
to his YouTube channel.
There you
Anyways.
go. Give me that
I was
energy,
less
We
on
Ryan.
really
Jose's
do
side
got to
until
move.
Give me
Matt
that
blew up.
energy.
Now,
No,
once Matt got
anyways,
mad, now I'm more on
anyways,
Jose's side.
anyways,
There you go.
anyways. Still, it took you a solid 5 minutes of the show time to find him.
Yeah, nobody
This
knew it off the
successful
top
Let's
of
man.
our
get this
head.
right.
So off the
Matt,
top-
Matt,
So
Matt,
if we
Nobody
want to
knew
make
it,
this
but we
a
knew her off the
Hey,
top.
hey,
of our head.
measure
Dolo,
of success or
Dolo,
not.
real quick though. Dolo, real quick. What is Hawk Tuah girl's real name?
Damn.
there you
Okay,
go, Ryan.
thank you.
There you go, Ryan.
Moving
Why
on.
would I
Who
know
knows
her
that?
real
It's
name?
Haley Welch.
She was
anyways,
never
in
known
that.
by her
It
real
is
name.
Haley
She
Welch.
was
Then
never that
after-
because we
after
know
the
it
fact
because
it
we're
came out.
always on
She
top
was
of
a
it.
no-name girl.
The
at first.
average
She was Hawk
person
Tuah.
doesn't
not
know
we.
who Haley Welch is. Anyways,
saying.
this is a waste of time at this point. We're already 45 minutes in.
That wasn't a
At the end
good
of the day-
point. She was never known as Haley Welch when she came off the
Exactly.
porch. When she hopped off the porch, she came out as Hawk Tuah girl.
Right.
She is
Everyone knows
October.
that
But Tim
right
and
off the
D,
top of
then
the
no one
head.
knows Tim and D, no one knows Haley Welch. It's the same deal.
Same deal.
Anyways, we are looking at we will look at this. We do look at this differently. We accept that we are different on here. Who the fuck cares at the end of the day?
Well, Tim
I
and D should come
disagree.
on.
All I think, I will send a message to Tim and D tonight.
Yeah.
We'll see
We
with that.
need him on the podcast.
And all I care about is in this, she just could have said, "Hey, Tim and D, thank you for changing my life."
Matt, I
Thank you
agree
so
with
for
you.
hard.
I do
thank you
agree
for
with you.
ignoring my direct request. Yes, she could have said that.
Oh my
I
gosh, you
agree.
could say it after the fact. Thank you to the person who forgot their Uber Eats meal and canceled on it, and I ate their food. Thank you for that. So it's all a funny, silly thing. Anyways, that's all I have to say there. But Dole, you about to say something else before we move on?
Nah, I'm just ready for Sydney Thomas to take her spot. I'm tired of her already.
Me too.
Yeah.
Me too. All right. Now, we do have this viral moment from UFC 309. John Jones wins. Who won the other co-main event? I'm still learning UFC with the blonde hair.
Oliveira versus Chandler.
Charles Oliveira wins. Pretty great night. President-elect Trump showed up to Madison Square Garden to huge fanfare. And on top of this, after the fight, we just saw some guys being dudes with some people who are expected to be a part of Trump's cabinet. We have a picture right here of just guys being dudes after the event, eating some McDonald's. We got Elon Musk here. We got the president-elect Trump's cheesing. We got his son. We got this guy. Who the hell is he? RFK Jr.
Speaker of the House, Mike Johnson.
Okay, I don't know who he is. But anyways, look at this picture of guys being dudes and so many people enjoying guys being dudes, eating some McDonald's. Even the irony of RFK Jr. vouching to be in charge of our health services, eating a Big Mac. I think this is a quarter pounder with cheese. But look at this. Look, with the
Coke is the big thing because he wants to, the high fructose corn syrups. He's real big on getting rid of those, and he's drinking a Coke there.
He's being responsible too. He has a little napkin under the Coke.
He's still a Kennedy, guys. Come on.
Well, at the end of the day, the diet starts on Monday, right?
Yeah, well, I guess so for RFK.
Yo, am I tripping or Elon's hands look big? Am I tripping?
Looks big in general because he's a big guy.
Maybe, yeah. Is he? How tall is he?
I didn't say tall, but still.
Oh, you mean like fat?
I mean, he's just not even fat. By the way, not even fat. That's mean. I don't mean it that way. But he's like physically, his chest is very big. Yes, he has a little bit of a gut now. His shoulders are fairly big. Like he's definitely, he's definitely a wider dude. I don't know exactly how tall he is, but I also don't think he's short either. I mean, he stands next to like President Trump, who is 6'3" or whatever, and he doesn't, look small standing next to Trump per se. He's shorter. So he's got. I bet you he's probably about 6 foot. So yeah, no, he's a bigger guy in general, I would say.
Yeah, I just noticed how big his hand was.
Who doesn't love having some McDonald's after an event? I know those guys. I don't think those guys drink alcohol, but usually that's best after drinking a lot of alcohol on a Saturday night.
Don Jr. drinks alcohol.
I'd imagine, yeah.
He might be the only one in that group, but yeah, Don Jr. likes to party after events like that. Positive, but yeah, no, the rest of them I don't think drink. Well, I don't know. RFK has to drink, surely. I mean, he he dropped that dead bear in Central Park. There's no way that was a sober decision, right? Like, surely that can't be something that a sober guy said, this is a good idea. He's got all those falcons. He likes to do falconry. I'm like, this just it just feels like he drinks. Specifically him.
You know what's crazy, guys?
I would believe it.
This is nuts. There is a painting That's literally a spinning image of this. This is from the 1721 painting.
Come
Deeds
on.
That's very
Newtons.
funny.
This is the same fucking thing.
Come
That
on.
can't be real.
Look
That
at
cannot
this.
be real.
That's AI.
Yeah, that's
Oh,
AI.
man.
There's
Do
no
we
way
really-
that's real.
Can you please look up the painting?
There is no way that's
I really
real.
have to look this painting
What is the
up.
name of the painting?
It is called the 1721 painting by Dietz Nutez. I don't know. I'll do it right here a lot in real time on my Google. Painting by Dietz Nutez. We'll see if we can get a reference of some museum it is. I've never even heard of Dietz Nutez.
It's right there.
Well, yeah, but that's just the Twitter again.
Hey, maybe it is AI. I don't know, but
Yeah, the only place that we see it is on Twitter. That's got to be it. Oh, guys, read the name of the artist one more time.
Dietz
Show
Nutzen.
it.
Oh,
Yo, I
maybe
wanna
I
throw
got
my
to.
phone-
Maybe
wanna
I
throw my
got
phone
to.
through the window.
It's a D's nuts joke, but in
I
German.
want to throw my phone through the window.
Oh, well, looks like I got to. But regardless, though, them eating their McDonald's together is hilarious. In fact, they actually have another angle from this. If you want to celebrate, let's look at the other angle from this.
Why would we want to celebrate?
Oh,
this?
look at this. Oh, man. See who was serving the McDonald's?
Yo,
Listen to this.
come on.
Jose,
Oh.
this is, by the way, this whole segment is happening because Matt got mad at our Hawk Tuah take.
No, I didn't.
Oh, shoot.
No,
This
I
is
didn't.
public
You see it right
shaming.
here. I think somebody's sad that their girl didn't win the presidency. So when they
We don't
rub
wanna
it in
have a
their
conversation
face,
about that.
when they
Ooh.
rub in their face, so we could just get a nice laugh after it either.
All right, yes, moving on. We're in a bad spot. We need to be in a better spot quickly.
Man, all over McDonald's. But either way, though, if we want to talk about some other things, right? We do have a celebrity lookalike contest that took place this past weekend. We had the Timothy Chalamet picture that was fun, and a lookalike contest, and they continued the tradition by having the Jeremy Allen White lookalike contest, right? So Jeremy Allen White of fame, of the Bear fame and stuff like that. Why don't we quickly see what he looks like just for reference? So straight out of Google Images, this is Jeremy Allen White, a legit A-lister, star of one of the biggest shows on planet Earth right now.
There he is in tall pants. Look at those in the GQ.
Yeah, that stood out to me too.
I don't know why, but like those pants are very high up.
But hey,
No belt loops.
people love doing celebrity lookalike contests now, and this was the winner of the celebrity lookalike contest in Chicago.
He does look like him.
That's
He's
funny.
literally the same person.
Do you know that he's like he's like a psychologist or something like that, like a social worker or
We
whatever
all
I've seen
think that
somewhere.
Oh, no, I didn't know that.
And they also, right? So that was pretty good. They also did this in New York City this past weekend, as I pulled that up. So they had to move this. This is now clearly being a national event doing national celebrity lookalike contests.
I wonder who's next, and that's what I want to know. And also, they've been mostly guys so far. Are we gonna there's no people who look like women, like celebrity women?
Oh, that's definitely next. But here's the official video of
That one guy doesn't quite look like him.
yeah. A lot of these dudes don't look like it. The winner definitely did.
Yo, there's so many people that come out for this.
Where's this at?
This was in Chicago as well.
Was it different one in Chicago?
We need a
Oh,
Jason
same guy.
Statham and
This is his. This could be his cousin. But yeah. After the Timothy
Said, oh
Chalamet
my.
and Jeremy Allen White, who's the next one? Zendaya.
I mean, Zendaya's a good one, right? We'll just speak it into existence.
Rock.
Maybe with Sydney Sweeney could be a fun one to try.
That would be a fun one.
try
I've
it.
seen a few Ice Spices. I'm not gonna lie.
Ice Spice could be a fun one as well. Going back to the guys, I don't know. The Rock feels kind of like he's a little too old now. You know what I mean? Like you don't want like a bunch of old big guys who are bald showing up in a park somewhere. You know, like
Listen, that's my crowd. All right.
fair enough, fair enough. But I don't know. If you do Zendaya, you could do Tom Holland at the same time. That could be fun.
Chris Bailey will definitely participate in that
Yeah,
one.
you could do that one together, like a joint thing. That could be fun. Who's one of the other new guys that's like famous now? I don't know. One of those Stranger Thing kids. I don't know which one. Whichever one's most famous.
You could probably do like a streamer. That would be pretty funny because then the
Kai
streamer might
Cenat one.
actually show up.
Oh, Kai Cenat would be a
That
good
would
one
be good.
actually, because the fact that I know who he is means it would be a good one. Uh,
Aiden
um,
Ross or another guy named Phantom. He's funny.
Does Aiden Ross like have a particular look though? Because Kai Cenat has like, I mean, he has very distinct hair, certainly, but I feel like Aiden Ross just kind of like it looks like a dude.
Yeah,
Whereas,
I mean,
like Chalamet and Jeremy Allen White, like to their credit, do have very distinct features. Like Jeremy Allen White has got a very angular face. Chalamet has that hair and whatever, and so like I feel like they have like a thing. They could be like, oh, I can see that thing in you. But like, what is that thing that you would do if you were like? Same would be like, oh, I guess Mr. Beast's beard. You could do like a Mr. Beast lookalike with the beard if you had the hair the right way.
yeah.
That could be one. I could see that. And honestly, he'd probably show up. Like Chalamet showed up to his, which is kind of cool.
I could see any of those streamers showing up. To be honest, like
Yeah, that could be cool.
Yeah, honestly, I'm gonna be real. I'm gonna just say it. I'd like them to do a Jessica Alba one.
Right.
Maybe I find future wifey or something. I'm just saying.
I could see that. I could see that.
Big Jessica Alba fan.
Well, I had a crush on her when I was younger. Yeah. My first like TV crush was when I was a kid. What's her name? Ashley from Fresh Prince. That was my first.
Oh,
and
really?
Then, yeah, eventually it was Jessica Alba, and then
Mine was Shania Twain.
Shania Twain.
You know who that is? Does anyone know who Shania Twain is?
That's
Well,
the
of course I do.
that she's
Thank
a
you,
country
Jose.
singer.
Don't mind me. I will Google it.
She would fit your type. I would assume something like that for you.
Would you? You could see me
Yeah.
and Shania having worked out had I just been a little bit older than 10.
You can see like you're a family man. She a family woman. Like she don't do anything like crazy.
I
plays it
went and
safe.
saw
I'm
her in
not mad at it.
concert.
I'm not
I
mad
saw
at
her
it,
in
Ryan.
concert once, and she rode a mechanical bull in the sky. So, what's crazier than that? I'll ask.
Oh dang! Nah,
That's right.
Nothing really tops
And she
that.
was old when I saw her in concert. She wasn't young either. Like I saw her in concert when I was in college.
Yeah, you have a little MILF thing, don't you? Little
I
MILF
suppose.
thing.
It went Shania Twain and Shakira. That's the order that it went in.
Look at you.
I'm not mad at you, Ryan.
I
I'm
was
not-
older. I was
spicy.
older.
I'm not mad at you.
I was older a little bit when
Them
the
hips
Shakira
don't
thing
lie.
happened. They didn't. No, I watched several times to ensure that they were telling the truth, and they did.
Jeez. So there's this interviewer, right? There's this YouTuber named Matan Adam, right? He's just another YouTuber who's been growing a following who interviews various celebrities. Matan had Adam22 on his podcast. So, guys, who's Adam22?
Are you asking?
Yeah.
Yes, podcast.
I was say, isn't he an OnlyFans performer?
He is.
Yeah,
But
more
I
than
think he's
that,
more
he's-
famous.
he's a
more
porn
famous.
star.
He's a porn star.
Okay.
Hip
He
hop
lets
personality.
I just said
guess.
that. I just said that like PC when I said OnlyFans.
Well, he's more.
performer.
He's not just a porn star. He has threesomes with his wife
and guests and stuff. Yeah.
Yeah, what they he'll have a guest on his show and
They usually do like they do an interview and then the guest gets in the bed.
Jesus.
Correct. And now it's like more is that he lets his wife
Right.
get it in with big black eyes. Sure.
His wife is a porn star who has sex with people.
Something plug.
Lend the plug.
Oh, yeah.
So, knowing this information, guys, this will now make a little more sense. So, Matan wanted to ask Adam22 about this various things we talked about. Maytan wanted to ask Adam 22 about his wife. And well, let me play you this clip. That was very hard to get because the original clip that went viral got the audio removed. So I had to go deep in to find this one. So I found it. So let's see what happens when Maytan asks Adam 22 about his personal life and his wife.
I hate that they spelled waste like that.
That makes me sad as well.
Oh,
It's horrible.
and they
Sound
took
is
this sound is
unavailable.
unavailable in this. Give me 1 second, everybody.
What?
They took the sound away.
Oh,
Okay.
dang.
Do you think
Okay,
it's
just-
Adam or
I think
Maytan
it's
who wants
Adam.
the sound gone?
That sounds like it was Adam.
Sounds like an Adam thing.
Okay, let me just
Mm-mm.
try one more time, guys. Let me pause this really quick while I get the other video. Finally, I got the clip, everybody. So, all right. So we have Adam, we have Maytan and Adam. Clearly, I'm never going to do an Adam 22 clip again after this, just to get this damn clip up. But I do understand watching this why I understand why it's moved and stuff. But yeah, let's break this down. All right, guys. So imagine beginning a podcast interview or any interview just like this. All right, you guys ready?
Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the podcast. For today's guest, we have Adam 22. Welcome in. Good to meet you.
What's up, man?
Mike is here. He's gonna be a little bit late, so he'll be in here in a minute. What's up? Hello, Adam 22.
How you doing, man?
Does it make you uncomfortable to watch your wife get fucked in the ass or no?
Not in the ass.
Or not in the ass?
That didn't happen, no.
So where was that?
The vagina.
Oh, but not in the ass yet?
No.
How many more men do you think you're gonna let your wife sleep with in the coming months?
Well, she did the one scene with Jason Love, and then we shot a scene together with Lil D, and then
Oh, so already two it's been.
It's been two, and then we're supposed to shoot with somebody else soon.
Do you know when that's gonna be?
It's actually tomorrow.
Tomorrow?
Yeah.
Are you gonna be in that one as well?
Yeah.
So what are you guys averaging? One every 3 months now?
It's not really. It's kind of all over the place. I don't know. I guess averaging, maybe, yeah.
Is this something you're gonna continue to do in the future, you think, or what's up with that?
That's fun, you know, yeah. I
You
don't
enjoy
mind.
doing it?
Yeah.
What a way to start an interview.
Yo, he went right for it.
I'll be honest. I mean, yeah, he did go right for it, and I'm impressed. Adam 22 kept cool. He was like, "Yeah, no, it's this, and then this. We're doing this scene." It's clear that it's a business to him and his wife, and he's totally fine it as long as business is,
Yo,
booming.
I mean, you're right. He took that well. The thing is, like, I've definitely seen a bunch of No Jumper episodes. Like, he's had like gangsters from Chicago come to his face and say, "Yo, you're a cuck. Like, you're a loser."
Right.
Like, he's had way tougher looking, people than
Maytan.
Maytan. So yeah, I guess he's developed some thick skin about it, but
Well, I'm just saying I think that there's a lot of guys who would have
Not that reaction.
would have been reacted differently. I'm actually not even necessarily saying I think he should have reacted differently. I think the way he reacted was reasonable, given it is his job, and it is what it is. You can always do not that job if you don't like it. I don't know why you would do that career choice and then be upset when people call out the very basic facts of it. But I just know a lot of guys, even if that was the career choice that they were making, would be upset if they were confronted about that. And so I'm just saying kudos to him for not.
that's Maytan's thing. That he just tries to get under your skin because he knows he's a kid, and he knows if you touch him, then.
Oh yeah, but which honestly is a horrible, horrible thing that we've done as a society. But that's fine. It's working for him, meaning Matan, so that's good. Happy for
Jose,
him.
how would you react?
If that was me, I mean, it seems the norm. Out of all the interviews he's had to deal with, like, you really think about when that first thing with what's his name? Was it Johnny? What was the homeboy that smashed his girl in the beginning?
Oh, house phone.
Like, if you really think about it, like the fucking scrutiny that motherfucker was going through when he was letting his wife smash. I mean, this shit was like cake if you really think about it. So
It was cake compared to that.
the other bullshit he was going through, shit.
He put up with a lot for that first video.
Hell yeah,
He loves her, right?
Yeah, well, he's married to her.
Oh wait, Jose, I think I got you misconstrued when you said who was the first guy. So the first guy that technically
Smashed
had
her?
sex with his wife, yeah, smashed his wife, was House Phone. That was a co-host, but he did that before they was together, and then the Jason Love thing.
But that's the one. The love one is the one that everybody had a comment about.
Yeah,
like
right,
everybody
yeah.
had a comment about.
I never saw the video, but I've only
I
heard
don't.
because I saw DJ Academics. I watch his live streams a lot, and he was explaining it, and I don't want to watch it. It sounded really they went all the way, like they went extreme in that one. So
I mean, yeah, I've never seen any content from Adam 22 that wasn't on social media for free, and everybody had their clothes on. I just know all these stories from following him with his clothes on. But yeah, I mean, if you're gonna make it your job, I guess you kind of have to just kind of have a laugh at it, right? You know, like it'd be weird to be uptight about something that you do every day.
like
If
he
that
knew
makes sense.
he knew what the backlash was going to be. He's in the hip hop
Yeah.
world. He knew
Yeah.
exactly what he
Right.
was going to get.
Now I'll say one thing: if you're going on a, if you know before you get into the Adam 22 Leonard the Plug marriage level, like you're about to go on a date, you go out right and stuff like that, or if you want to make a move on somebody, can you imagine in this this random clip though, right?
Mhm.
You see somebody, you want to talk to them. Look what happened. Just look what happened. I don't know. How do you recover from what I'm about to show you? Seriously, look at this.
Oh.
Dance right, and then look at this.
Whoops.
Yo.
Yikes.
She's laughing at him too.
I mean, yeah.
You gotta go.
Yo, he got on her like a dog too on a fire hose.
Bro,
But
how
then
do
he
you...
fell down the stairs.
and you go viral for that. Luckily, his face was covered.
Yeah. Jeez. I don't even know what to say to that. I guess luckily his face was covered is probably the thing you said, because I'll be honest, the bit right before he fell didn't make him look that much better.
Yeah, I know. That is weird. I'll just say
Like
that.
he was
don't just do
weird, and
that.
then he fell down the stairs. So like nothing in that video looked good for him. It's not
Yeah.
like, oh well, he was dancing with the girl. No, he like kind of rolled up on a girl who was dancing, and then
right.
fell down the stairs. So he was just weird the whole time, and then he was weird, but at the bottom of the stairs.
Yeah, that was weird. He didn't even get behind it. He went on an angle.
The
and,
side,
like,
yeah.
his leg. That was weird.
The whole thing was strange. I mean, drunk probably. I'm gonna guess because he fell down the
I would
stairs
guess.
without
guess.
really any
Falling down the stairs.
provocation.
That's a tough one in front of people to.
I assume he left.
You have to.
Your night's over at that point. You have to go home.
Jose, how would you handle that situation?
Go home. That shit's
Yeah.
embarrassing.
Yeah, that's right. There's no other answer. You leave. Try again tomorrow.
So
another week.
Another week. Wow. Okay. I
Bringing
think
up
you
the
just
club.
go to bed. Try the next day. But you're saying you need a week off. If you fall down the stairs, you have to wait a full 7 days before you can try again.
All
That
right.
embarrassment? Yeah.
Yeah, that's crazy.
There you go. There you have it, listeners. 7 days from the moment you fall down the stairs until you can go back out. We don't make the rules. We just enforce them.
Mm-hmm.
So after this is all done, right, and you need to you want to put yourself back in the dating scene in general. There's actually a new tutorial on how Hinge dates work, composed by the great Dax Flame. Do you know who Dax Flame is?
No.
So he's a comedian, right?
No.
And he was actually in Project X. He was a cameraman in
seen that.
Project X.
Okay.
So he was kind enough for those who are figuring out the dating world on how to approach a Hinge date. Let's review this and see what we have to say after. So this is Dax Flame teaching us how to go on a Hinge date.
Tomorrow, so I'm gonna ask my friend for dating advice and a makeover.
I think the most important thing on a date is being comfortable and confident. And you mentioned you wanted a haircut?
Yeah.
One of the most important things about being in a relationship is having shared values.
He is locked in.
This girl.
All right, thank you. Enjoy your hair.
That was a terrible.
How does it feel?
It feels really nice. What kind of clothes would you recommend on a date?
I think anything anyone wears is amazing, but something fresh could help with confidence. Nice. Nice. It looks good. I think a shirt like this would be incredible.
It feels really nice. Thanks so much for your help.
Yeah, good luck with your date.
What a loser.
I'm going on a Hinge date tomorrow.
You said that perfectly when the video ends.
That was awkward.
What?
Which
He
I
taught
think
us
is
how.
the point.
He taught us how to have a Hinge date.
I suppose.
Yo, that felt like an Adult Swim TV show.
It
Y'all
did,
remember
yeah. Like
Adult Swim?
it felt like it was intentionally meant to make the viewer cringe, which it probably was. I assume it's a skit, but that was it.
She
Worked.
was
My
giving
point
the
is,
advice. She was giving the advice after.
she was good too. By the way, she just stood there silently for long stretches of haircut. Wow. I feel like little
Learned
creepy
something.
crawlies in my stomach right now.
Yeah, I don't feel
I don't
good
like
after
it. I
watching
don't
it.
like this. Dax made me sad. And I forgot to even mention the Pookie dating app. And I was gonna mention it, and now there's no good way to do that. And yeah,
Just yeah, you could just
no, it's
Do the
Dax ruined it. You check out the Pookie dating app. Maybe it'll go viral. Probably not. But wow, good job. Good cringe comedy.
how.
there's that.
But yeah, he's like a Stephen Wright comedian, if you know
Yeah.
who that is. But with more dating, talking about dating and figuring out the dating world, right?
Oh boy.
I got another dating clip, right? Here it is from Shannon Sharp's podcast explaining the dating world right now. Not Chad and Shannon Sharp's club, Shay Shay. This is him explaining the dating scene in 20. This is his guest, who I actually don't know who he is, but he's explaining the dating world in 27 seconds.
When the last time you seen a tall man with a tall ass woman? Tall men ain't even attracted to tall women. They like short women. So then they take all the short women, then they leave all the tall women out here. Now it's just a bunch of short dudes trying to talk to tall women, and tall women don't like short men, but short men love tall women. The tall women looking for the tall dudes, but the tall dudes done stole all the short women, so the short dudes can't have no short women. It's crazy. It's stupid. When the last time you seen?
That is why this dating doesn't make sense, because it's a height problem.
The issue is height. We need height ratio. We had height ratios in all of our relationships. That'll fix it. I mean, I don't know who that guy was though.
I don't know either, but he's funny.
He is funny, and you know what? I'm gonna go out and say he is right. I don't typically see tall women with tall men. It's usually shorter women with tall men. I do see that a lot. So I will say that is common enough that I noticed, and I don't pay that close attention.
Yeah, you and your wife are about the same height.
Yeah, just about. I'm a little couple just taller, but yeah.
Jose, this is so true, don't you see? And Jose and Dolo with you don't really see a lot of short kings with tall women. Then when you do, people make a big deal about it. It's like, look at that, like looking at a animal in the forest.
Yo, an animal in the forest is crazy. I mean,
there's definitely a tree joke to be made in there somewhere. But what was I gonna say? I actually not just found out. I think I mentioned it on the show before, but I'm still upset about it. That short kings need to be, like 5'4", 5'5". I thought at 5'9" I was a short king, and no, I'm not. Just a regular guy, and so I'm still a little bummed about that. But yeah, I think that. I feel like if you're short with a taller woman, you've had to you're probably a very outgoing person, if that makes sense. Like there's a certain personality that you have to do if you're under 5'9", 5'8", to try and date women who are significantly taller than that. I think that you have to really have an outgoing persona. I don't know. That's just me. My experience, what I've seen. But
for a short man with the old
taller, yeah.
I think you have to be very I'm trying to think the word.
Charismatic?
No, very very sure of yourself and who you are.
Confident, you know.
Yeah, confident and very like you basically have no worries. I mean, if you're not like I don't know about you guys, but if I was to date a tall woman, I would be very insecure. I think that's where you're very secure of what you look like. I think when you picture a couple,
Or who you are in general, I would say.
right, but more or less you're thinking of appearance because when I don't know about y'all, when y'all, well, obviously Ryan never dealt with this. If you go on a blind date and the girl's taller, that's kind of the first thing you look at is like, what would everybody think of you guys together? Imagine her in heels, if she's not on heels. It was like demasculating yourself a little, bit, and I think that if you are secure of who you are, then
that could be tough.
That could be tough, but there are people, and then those are the guys that are very outgoing, not giving two shits. But then you also worry about the woman point of view as well, because that's why they tend to look for taller men, because they don't want to look dominant.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I think that obviously if this is not a situation that I've had to deal with, as Jose pointed out, that's actually true. I was just thinking back and like, not even like, high school dates were with women who were taller than me. So, there's that. But I do feel like the dominance thing, I think you could get past that, even if you're not a particularly like confident person or like outgoing confident person. I think that with the right two people who have the right balance of like give and take, lead and follow, you can make it past that. I really do. Like just thinking about it, because it is mostly an internal thing. Like people externally are not really paying that much attention to how short you are or how tall you are. Like I know people kind of get hung up on it, especially when they're young.
You know
But
what? It might be like 30 seconds, but that can, for people that are insecure, that 30-second, because it'll be a glance, but that glance
is
can
like the
last
rest
you
of the day.
for
Yeah.
correct. And realistically, is like 10 seconds. They'll look
Right.
at
And
it like,
they don't care. They just moved on.
right.
Exactly.
And they just keep it moving.
And so I feel like if you have the right chemistry as two people, like who can, because again, the fear is, do I look too domineering or do I not look, traditionally masculine enough, right? And I think if you have the right balance between two people, then you can like use one another to become more confident in that space, if that makes sense. But yeah, I see it. I mean, I get it. More, I don't see it, but I get it. And yeah, that one is tough because it does seem. And also, do you notice that the tall guys are usually quiet?
Usually.
Yeah, they're usually quiet and they have like a loud girl.
Listen, when the tallest guys, when they got the biggest dick, you don't gotta make no noise. You just keep it moving.
Well, I mean, sure, but just saying in general, it's interesting that you have usually very tall, quiet, I won't say laid back, but tall, quiet guys with shorter, more outgoing women. And then it's literally the inverse with short guys and tall girls. It's almost like being short means the shorter you are, the more outgoing you have to be. I don't know.
No, I get you.
This is like free association. I didn't think of any of this until just now, so it's half thought. But I don't know. It's interesting. I've definitely noticed it.
That's how you know, man. And be yourself and have some money too if you can.
Well, that'll help. Yes.
One last thing to talk about. 1.5 things to talk about, right? So, who is excited for the release of the movie musical Wicked?
Yeah, I mean, I'm trying to see it. So.
I don't even know what that is.
There's that.
I think the only one excited are people with vaginas.
Oh shit.
Going
No,
on
what
a
is
double
that? What is
date. I should
Wicked?
clarify. Not that no, I don't. Shouldn't have to clarify. Maybe I'm going by myself. You'll never know. But no, I am going on a double date. My wife and I are going with another couple to see it. But
What is Wicked? Somebody fill me in. What is this about?
It's from the Broadway play. I don't know if you ever saw the Broadway play. Well, obviously not if you don't know what Wicked is, but it's a Broadway play.
The Wizard of Oz.
Right.
Yeah.
It's a take of Wizard of Oz and
It's a
how
prequel.
It's a prequel of that
right,
sort of.
how Homegirl became the Wicked Witch and blah blah blah.
Exactly. The origin story of the Wicked Witch. That is the musical. And they are doing the movie in 2 parts for some reason.
Is it 2 parts, really?
Yeah,
Yeah,
this
for
is
some
part
reason.
1.
Oh,
That
what
is
I have a theory on
3
that actually.
That is 3 hours.
Yeah, I have a theory
Part
on
The
that.
one's
original
3
play,
hours?
the original play is 3 hours. But just part 1 is 3 hours.
I have a
And then
theory.
and they're doing it, they're splitting it into the 2 acts of the musical. Act 1 is its own movie. Act 2 is the other movie that will come out a year from now.
Yeah, of
So
course.
you're gonna have to wait. But
No,
either way,
technically you don't have to wait. You can just go to see
Just go see the
Broadway
musical.
so
That's
the
right.
Yeah,
And you
musical's
can see the
fine.
abridged
If you don't
version.
need the cinematic take of it by the director John Chu. But anyways, here's the thing though. We have Lupita Nyong'o. No.
She'll be very
Cynthia-
mad.
Nope. Oh, Jesus.
She's
I
the lead.
apologize. No, the lead playing the Wicked Witch of the West, the Elphaba, is Cynthia Erivo.
Yeah, Earvo or something like that.
Cynthia Erivo, right?
Yeah.
Cynthia Erivo. She is a very accomplished actor herself. She's British. Awesome. She's playing Elphaba. Then we have Ariana Grande, who is playing the other witch. What's her name in the show?
Glinda.
Glinda. Okay. Those are your 2 leads, Ariana Grande and Cynthia, right? Now, as this movie is very, very, very hyped, and it will come out this Friday, November 22nd, same day as Gladiator 2. For those who don't want to watch Wicked and who wants to see Gladiator 2.
Glicked.
Glicked, glitted, all that, right? But anyways, some people are concerned about the 2 leads. Let me tell you why. And here is what's going on. Thank you to David Diskey for breaking this down. All right. Ariana Grande and Cynthia.
Warning, we may be seeing the last of these 2, as many are terrified that both their lives are in danger and they won't survive. People were terrified after thousands of videos suddenly went viral claiming that Ariana Grande and Cynthia Erivo are looking vastly eerie in their before and afters, saying they seem to be depriving themselves of something, fearing they might not be around much longer. Given the previous star of The Wizard of Oz, Judy Garland, was told by executives that she looked like a fat little pig with pigtails and was encouraged to smoke 80 cigarettes a day, which later contributed to her demise, and now many think this is happening all over again. Haunting viral blind items were being shown that Ariana Grande allegedly had stumbled and fainted multiple times backstage, and others saying both Ariana and Cynthia were going as far as competing in this department.
This A-list singer/actress fainted/stumbled multiple times yesterday.
Hey,
because
that's
she
our girl.
refuses to eat.
Yes, it is.
And again, this is allegedly Ariana Grande.
However, you should never judge people's bodies based on appearance. They're likely not doing this, and neither should you. It could just be stress.
All right. So, do we have an issue with Cynthia and Ariana Grande performing crash dieting for these roles?
So, my thing is, I can't for the life of me figure out why either one of them would need to be on a crash diet for these roles.
Yeah.
I this is like, so obviously Cynthia Erivo has like she was fairly muscular, I would say, before all this, and so maybe she wanted to, think Wicked Witch, you think like,
But even if you see
older
the
and, like,
show, she's a normal looking person just with blue
yeah,
skin.
right, green, yeah, exactly. But
Did I
Ariana
say blue
Grande,
skin? Green skin,
but
yeah.
Ariana Grande looked like Kristen Chenoweth before she got the role. That's kind of why she got the role. She already kind of looked like her, and she sings like her. And so, like, cool. Ariana Grande's famous. She sounds just like the Broadway actress for the most part. Not just like, but whatever. You know what I mean. And so, boom, it's an easy pick. But like, why? Yeah, why? I don't get why they would be starving themselves for the role. And that's the part that is almost got me more nervous. Not that they should be starving themselves for a role. They shouldn't. But at least then you can be like, all right, well, when they're done with the role, they'll eat again and all is well. Like, it's not healthy, but it's better than nothing. But like, I can't figure out what part of their role would make them look like that. Like, you know what I mean? And on Cynthia Erivo, it's very pronounced because she was fairly muscular.
It is
and
kind of
she's got like no muscle mass now. And like that again, I'm just worried. Maybe they're not getting out as much and like exercising because they're working. I don't know, but like, yeah, it was very freaky.
Now, Wicked's gotten great reviews, so I'm sure it'll perform well in the box office, way better than Red One will. But them and Gladiator 2 will go head to head. But yeah, why this doesn't you don't need to kill yourself for this. And especially now, especially how much we protect actors and actresses to
because of
not
what
wind
Judy
up
Garland had to go through.
that 4-pack a day. Like
13, by the way.
It's crazy. Like you see, like sorry, I dropped my phone. Like you see, like Christian Bale. What was the movie that he
Machinist.
got The Machine? He got really skinny for it, and then 50 Cent got really skinny for a movie role as well.
Yeah.
Like there was reason for that though.
Yeah, this was
like
for
Ryan
after their
said,
role
what's the
too.
reason?
Yeah.
What is
They
the
already
point of
shot
them
the
getting
movie.
so ghastly looking skinny? Like Ariana like shocked me when I looked at her. I didn't. She's
skin and bones,
and she's super pale. Like
yeah, that's big.
So the pale could be for I will say the pale could be for the role. Because
you already shot the film. It's not like
well,
you're
no,
going
but I'm
on
saying
stage.
like she's
I'm
probably
saying,
stopped tanning, and so she just hasn't started again. Is my guess.
I'm gonna look up real quick when they finish filming, but
Yeah. But that'd be on the for the color. I could see that because she again she plays the good witch from the Wizard of Oz. So if you've seen the Wizard of Oz, even if you haven't seen Wicked, you know who she's supposed to be—a young version of the witch who comes down in the bubble in the pink, right? And so again, she's supposed to be blonde, very pale, fair skin, supposed to try and be the exact opposite of the Wicked Witch, who wears the darker clothing and has the green skin. And so that's I could see them wanting her to be paler for the role. But again, if they stopped filming a while ago,
they
she could have
stopped
gone
filming. The
tanning.
last day of filming was 2 months ago exactly, September
Right.
19th.
So that's 2 months to tan. I feel like she could have figured that out. You know what I mean?
Right. Jeez, and
I guess
man.
people are worried about history repeating itself here.
And I mean, Judy Garland very famously, flamed out because she was a creature of that 1930s era Hollywood. Like I said, that whole cigarette thing
worst
and
times.
Yeah, and the diet pills and all that stuff. Like, I think people forget she was like legit a child, like 13, 14 years old when they made her do all that. Apparently the original lion costumes made of an actual lion. The dude, the Tin Man, that paint had like aluminum toxicity or whatever, so that guy had a bunch of like eye problems by the end of shooting. Like, yeah, the reason why we try and protect actors is because for a while we didn't, and we saw like people, again, especially Judy Garland, famously flame out. By the end of her career, she was poor, doing like cabaret shows, and it was quite difficult to watch. And so, yeah, hopefully they're not like trying to channel. It's like when what's his name, Jared Leto tried to like channel Heath Ledger to play the Joker and all that. Like, hopefully they're not trying to do like the Judy Garland for this. Hopefully they understand that nobody needs them to do that. It's not going to make them any better or worse at promoting this film.
Yeah.
But yeah, definitely creepy.
Do you feel like a lot of other people are commenting on this? I also within like the theater world and stuff like that, and I haven't seen much on film Twitter, like
I'd say
theater
no.
Twitter or
Yeah.
or
No, I think it's other people. I think the people who are just so on film Twitter and like theater Twitter are just so excited for the movie
Yeah,
that they're ignoring.
they're exactly doing what the studio wants them to do.
Right, they're ignoring that and just being like, "Oh, I can't wait to see this movie." I think it's the people who are like only casually interested in it. But I've seen like pictures, like people are comparing the pictures online. You can Google and see like Reddit people like what's going on here or whatever. So I think that a lot of people are noticing it, but I do think there's a core target audience that isn't, and they're just like, "I can't wait. This will be so cool. I love Wicked." Which again, it was possibly the most important's the wrong word, but like growing up, it was like Hamilton when we were kids. That's I think the best way to put that. So, all of you like younger listeners who like remember when Hamilton came out and like everybody and their mother just started talking about Hamilton for seemingly out of nowhere. That was Wicked when like I was in me and Matt were in like elementary school and like maybe middle school, right? Like Wicked just showed up and became the biggest show on Broadway for like an extended period of time, and then went away. So the movie, I think, is going to have a lot of people very nostalgic for that time.
Yeah, but definitely both parts were shot according to this. So again, they're just gonna
That's
milk
worse.
this.
That's much worse that they filmed everything, but they just decided not to release the second half. I do think I was going to say real quick before we have to leave here, but
Yeah.
I do think that the movie, the second half, the reason why they're doing it two halves is going to try and or try and cram in a remake of the Wizard of Oz into the second half of Wicked.
Don't do that.
And I say that only because it is already kind of there for those of you who have seen the show. If you haven't seen the show, I won't spoil it any more than that. Just it's already kind of there, and so now that you have the full
You seen
3
the play?
hours, I've seen it. Yeah,
Oh, look at you.
yeah. So
have you seen it, Jose?
Yeah, twice.
I saw it with the original
Twice.
cast, actually. So I saw Idina Menzel and Kristen Chenoweth in the two leading roles, actually. But
Adele Dazeem.
Adele Dazeem, that's right. But yeah, so it's kind of already there, and I feel like with the extra 3 hours or 2 hours, whatever they have, that's what they're going to fill it with is more of that story.
They're going to put
A movie within a movie.
AI.
Yeah.
Oh, geez.
They're going to put a movie within a movie. They're going to put
That movie is timeless, and then you're gonna.
Yes. Hopefully they don't. Hopefully I'm wrong, but I worry that's what they're going to do.
Yep. We're gonna end this off with one more final clip. We have comedian Renee Vaca on the rise. I saw he's gonna perform in New Haven soon.
Oh.
Renee Vaca. Let us see what Renee Vaca is talking about.
Who's not f***ing their man tonight? You're not f***ing your man tonight. Is the second date? The fuck is? Stand up straight, dumbass. That's why she's not f***ing you. You stand there like a child. Dumbass. Stand up straight, bro. You never had sex on the first date? You lying ass bitch. Like her earring fell out when she said that shit. Even God knows you're lying, bitch. So why not him? You like him. You want the other ones you didn't like.
Damn.
I don't fucking like you.
Oh.
But you like him, huh? You like him.
You know, when we talked about needing to move away, run away, leave the building after embarrassment, same with this guy.
Honestly, I think he's probably going to get some now. I feel like she was as embarrassed as he was.
Yeah, that didn't go too far. I feel like I've seen worse.
Definitely. We've definitely gone worse, but
I think you guys have covered worse.
We've done that too, yeah. But I'm saying, I think this helped. I think he did his boy a solid. I think that she got laughed at just enough to be like, well, maybe I know it's the second date and I do like him, but maybe we could just try it out.
Comedy Club is a risky second date.
It is because of that reason specifically.
Low key, it was an alley-oop. I guess so.
Well, that's what I mean. Like maybe that was the plan. It's like I know how to confirm that she'll be feeling like she'll be thinking about doing that by the time we leave. I'll go to a comedy club and let one of the acts bring it up. And then it's on her mind, and I didn't have to say a word at the car ride home. Be like, crazy about that one guy that we saw. What was his name? Doesn't matter. The one who was talking about the second dates and all the other guys. You're like, wow, we should talk more about that. What about the other guy? You know what I mean? Like that's it right there. He got exactly what he needed to broach that conversation without ever having to be the person who brought it up. Free pass.
He ain't smashing that night.
Jose, you're just a downer, dude. He's
nah,
cut.
he's this third date. Next day he smashed.
Well, I think that
I wish I could put money on that.
Do you think she actually liked him, or she just said?
I think she did like him. I think that's why I said on this. I think that's why I don't think he smashed on the second on that day. I think it's the next date.
The other guys were just she knew it was gonna be hit it and quit it. She hit it and quit it.
Could have, but I mean, if you were gonna hit it and quit it, you would have done it on the first date.
I know, and
That's
like
true.
she likes him, you know.
She puts on blast that she likes him, so it's not gonna be on that date. You're not gonna get put on blast. I like him, and then be like, let me be a slut now.
Whoa, hey, it's not slutty to sleep with your boyfriend.
Yeah,
or
but
person
don't
you're
it look?
dating,
It does, but the impression does come off that way if you were
Who's
put
gonna
on.
know?
They know. That's the thing. She wants to be like it wasn't felt like it was peer pressured into it. It
Well,
wasn't.
she shouldn't be
If
peer
she's gonna
pressured.
smash, if she didn't smash on the first date and she went on the second date and maybe she's like, I like him, blah blah blah, but I'm not gonna smash him because I was pressured. It's gonna look like he was pressured in. She was pressured into it by him
No,
putting it on blast.
I get that. I'm not saying that she should actually be pressured into it. I do think though, if he was interested in that, this act does give him a genuine way to talk
I
about
think
that
that
subject.
yes, and I think that's why you go on. That's why I think they talked about it, and he's a gentleman, and he's gonna do it on the third date.
That's
the next
possible.
day.
That's very possible. But I do think that if he was interested in trying to move to that step, having the comedian bring it up is a way for you to bring it up without it just being kind of like, so we've been on a couple of dates. You know what I mean? Like, because that's
Yeah, but
awkward.
it
Like he
also,
threw the
but
out,
if
like he threw the idea out there.
Yeah,
yeah, but
exactly. The
the
idea's
idea
in the
that
air now.
Yeah.
Everyone can
the,
just grab it.
the door to open to talk about it, but if she, it could be a
Oh, right.
test also.
That's right. It could be a test. People are,
That's why I
all
think it's too
deserve
convoluted.
respect.
It's one thing if it comes naturally, then it's one thing you got to like. If the conversation came up naturally, then I would say yes, they were gonna smash that night. But since he's the one that brung the door, you open the door to conversation. Since he was the one that opened the door, they're gonna talk about it, but it's not gonna go nowhere because she doesn't want to look like a smut, and he doesn't want to look like he just wants to smash and go. So they're both gonna overthink it, and they're gonna do it on the next one.
You know what? Entirely possible. And if that's the case, that's fine.
9 out of 10 men overthinking on the date, especially that.
Don't overthink, guys.
Right. If you're gonna just smash, if you wanted to smash and you could have came and us guys already know off the rip. If we wanted it, we needed to put it out there off the rip. And since that conversation obviously didn't happen, and she already put that on blast that she likes him, it's already the minute she said that, it already cop blocked him. Because he in his mind, I gotta go that's interested in me, blah blah blah. I don't want to fuck it up. If he was interested, but if he wanted to just smash, he's like, I got this in the bag. I can hold this off to the next date. He doesn't want to come off like a whole like thirsty.
Gotcha. Morgan J, he has a much better track record of finding couples that say yes.
Yeah, right. But seriously, though, good stuff tonight from Dolo, Ryan, and Jose. We'll see you throughout the rest of the week with NFL and college football coverage and another tweet cap. But I hope everybody has a great night. See you soon.
Yeah.